Well, if you were in a serious motor vehicle accident or slipped and fell or were bitten by a dog, would you know what to do? Well, the law offices of Brian J. Mongelluzzo is a full-service law firm that concentrates on personal injury claims and getting you what you deserve. Joining us today is Brian Mongelluzzo. Brian, so great to have you here today.
Desiree, thanks so much for having me.
So let's get into a little bit about kind of your vision. I mean, you've been in business now since 2004.
That's correct.
For yourself, tell us a little bit about how it all came about for you.
Well, how it came about for me is I graduated law school in 1997, and I always sort of had a dream and a vision of doing something on my own. And in 2004, we were able to realize that. And after working for a number of different law firms, some large, some medium-sized, I realized that what we needed to do in order to focus on the client was go smaller. And that's what I did, and we put the client first.
And that's really important to you. You actually say that representation and reputation is built on personal attention and care. What do you mean by that?
Well, that's correct. What I mean is that we want to give each and every client the face time and the time that they deserve. We will not take on a new client unless we feel like we can continually service the clients that we already have. And we really believe that we're only as good as our reputation. So if our reputation is not good, we're not going to be in business. And so far, so good.
So far, so good. What's been the primary focus for you? Is it just really personal injury?
It really is just personal injury. I mean, we do also do real estate and probate in our office, but 80% of our practice is dedicated to representing people who have been injured.
And that's a really big umbrella, so you do kind of address a little bit of everything under that umbrella of injury, right?
Yes, we do. We handle the gamut from your typical fender bender, slip and fall accident, all the way up, unfortunately, to injuries that may lead up to death.
Now, we're going to catch up with you a little bit later, but we did post a question on Facebook, and I want to get into just a little bit of it right now, because a lot of us really don't know the proper steps to take. So if I were to come in and I've been injured, kind of walk me through that process. What really happens first?
What happens first with our firm is we want to make sure that you're getting medical care or the medical attention that you need. Our firm belief is that if you're healthy and happy, your case will be healthy and happy, and that is really the most important thing for you when you're injured.
So, Brian, when you're going about picking an attorney, what are some of the things that should be going through our minds? Because, you know, you see these attorneys sometime on television, you're going, okay, he's saying or she's saying they're going to help me, but how do you really know?
You need to meet with that attorney, speak with them personally. And if you can't speak or meet with an attorney personally, it may not be the attorney or the firm for you. Much like any relationship, you need to feel comfortable, you need to feel supportive, and you need to be good with what's going on. And if you don't have that feeling, it's time to move on.
You should feel like a comfortable sweater, you said.
That's what I said. We always say to your clients, if I feel like a comfortable sweater, we're doing our job.
So, you know, what do you do after you've chosen your attorney, you've made the decision, kind of what happens after that?
What happens after that is that you should be in contact with your attorney. And at our firm, we talk to our clients at least every 3 weeks, if not more often than that, because it's not a process that should go unnoticed or uneducated. You're coming to us for a reason, and we're going to walk you through it every step of the way, and that's what we do.
You know, when you go in to meet your attorney, I mean, is it almost like going to the doctor in terms of walking in with a list of questions? I mean, should you feel that empowered to do that with an attorney, of what your concerns are?
Absolutely. I say, why not? We have clients all the time that come in with questions. I would say early on in my practice, I may have been intimidated by that, but now that I've been practicing for a while, I do it with my mechanic, I do it with people that I don't know what I'm doing with, so you should do it with your attorney as well.
So since you're putting it all out there, what are some of your biggest challenges you think as a personal injury attorney? I mean, just for you.
I would say that the biggest challenge is probably the stereotyping. You know, as a personal injury attorney, and when you brand yourself as a personal injury attorney, I think the first words that come to most people's minds are ambulance chasers.
Right.
So when people tell that to me, what I basically say to try to break the ice is say, look, I'm in good shape, I'm still young, I don't chase ambulances, I outrun them. But more importantly, on a more serious note, that really is the most difficult thing. But we really protect the injured. And a lot of people out there that are not in the industry, that have never been injured, or never had an attorney or a good attorney, don't know what to do. And we really just want to be people that convey the information.
But I think you get it. I mean, you understand the frustrations that I think the average person has, because so many times you put your trust in someone, and sometimes they don't kind of meet you halfway. And I think that's what you're saying, is that you get that picture. You understand that.
Absolutely. I mean, I will return every phone call. I will meet with every client. Sometimes it takes me longer into the evening than I want it to be, but that's the promise that I made to people, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
And I think what's interesting is you mentioned to me earlier that you stay in contact sometimes with a lot of the people over time, checking on them and kind of making sure they're comfortable. So the feedback has to be pretty good. It
has been good. I mean, normally we will always get a thank you. Sometimes those thank yous come in different forms. It's always nice to get cannolis from clients or cakes. But some of the best things that we receive from clients is a card that we weren't expecting maybe 6 months down the road, telling us how we changed their lives, or just by being there, listening to them, how it made a difference. And really, I was blessed with the tremendous opportunity to go to law school and become a lawyer. And those are the things that I live for. After all the cases are won or lost, after all the money is gone, after all the clients have retired for the evening, all you have left is the relationship that you built, and that's what we focus on.
Brian, thank you so very much.